You ever notice how everybody's selling something these days, but nobody stands behind it? That's the difference. This ain't hype. This ain't influencer bullshit. This is Frank Pecoraro. Frank don't put his name on garbage. Never did, never will. See, where Frank comes from, your name is your bond. You screw it up once, that name's finished. So when Frank backs a product, whether it's food, business, or something built to last, it's been tested. It's been questioned. And it's been approved the old way, across a table. With people who don't forgive mistakes. This is quality you don't gotta explain. Trust you don't gotta sell. And standards that don't bend. No gimmicks. No shortcuts. No clowns. Just straight, reliable, do it right the first time shit. Frank Pecoraro. If his name's on it, you can take it to the bank and walk out smiling. Because reputations are hard to build, and real ones don't come with return policies.
What the fuck you doing in there, you prick?
The Vegas Skim. How the Chicago outfit stole millions from Las Vegas. A Pizzaverse Studios documentary. A Palermo Productions original. Written by Bambi Palermo. Narrated by Vincent DiPrio. Las Vegas. A city built in the middle of the desert on dreams, risk, and money. Millions of dollars flow through the casinos of Las Vegas every night. Tourists arrive from around the world hoping to strike it rich. But during the 1960s and 1970s, some of that money never made it into the official records. It disappeared. Quietly. Systematically. Before the government could ever see it. They called it the Skim. One of the most profitable organized crime operations in American history. And behind it stood some of the most powerful mafia families in the country. The Chicago outfit. The Kansas City Mafia. And a network of casino executives, mob enforcers, and corrupt insiders who helped move millions out of Las Vegas and back into the hands of organized crime bosses. For nearly 2 decades, the Skim drained enormous amounts of money from the Las Vegas casinos. But eventually, the FBI began to uncover the truth. The mob goes to Vegas. After World War II, Las Vegas began transforming into America's gambling capital. But building casinos required massive amounts of money. Money that traditional banks were often unwilling to provide. This created an opportunity for organized crime. Using connections within the Teamsters Union Pension Fund, mob figures helped finance several major Las Vegas casinos. The Teamsters Pension Fund had billions of dollars available for loans. And under the influence of corrupt officials and organized crime figures, those funds helped build casinos across the Las Vegas Strip. Casinos like the Stardust, the Fremont, the Hacienda, and others became deeply connected to mob-controlled financing. Behind the scenes, the Chicago outfit and other mafia groups had a stake in these casinos. But they didn't just want profits. They wanted something better. Cash. Untaxed. Untraceable. And that's where the Skim came in. How the Skim worked. Every night in a Las Vegas casino, money from the gaming floor was brought into the counting room. This is where casino staff would count the cash and record the profits. But in mob-controlled casinos, something unusual happened. Before the money was officially counted, some of it was quietly removed, taken directly from the counting room. No taxes, no records, no government oversight. This cash was then packaged and transported back to mob leaders in cities like Chicago and Kansas City. Millions of dollars moved through this system. And for years, the scheme worked almost perfectly. Because the people overseeing the casinos were often connected to organized crime themselves.
Hey, you in trouble with the wrong people? Your bookie, your barber, your mother? Come on down to Mikey's Witness Protection Warehouse, where we hide you so good, even you won't find yourself. We got disguises for every situation. You want to vanish like a Vegas debt collector? Boom, we got the Gone in 60 Seconds special. Need a fresh start? We'll hook you up with a fake passport, a new name, and a job at a cannoli stand in Toledo. Frankie Two Forks. I was Frankie Two Forks. Now I'm Larry the Plumber. Nobody suspects nothing, except maybe my accent. All our services come with a lifetime warranty or until the feds catch you, whichever comes first. Big Tony. Hey Mike, what about witness relocation for pets? Tony, no one's looking for your goldfish, all right? Mikey's Witness Protection Warehouse, hide smart, not hard. Call today and mention the code word "forget about it" for a free burner phone and 2 fake IDs. Mikey's Witness Protection Warehouse is not affiliated with the U.S. government, the FBI, or anyone with actual authority. Side effects may include new accents, strange relatives, and sudden urges to start over in Tampa. So don't wait. Disappear today and tell him Mikey sent you. Actually, don't tell him nothing. Mikey's Witness Protection Warehouse. We'll make you a nobody, professionally.
Enter Tony Spilotro. To protect the Skim, the Chicago outfit sent one of its most feared enforcers to Las Vegas. His name was Tony Spilotro. Spilotro was responsible for making sure the Skim continued without interruption. He enforced discipline, protected mob interests, and dealt with anyone who threatened the operation. But Spilotro had ambitions of his own. While overseeing outfit interests in Las Vegas, he formed a burglary ring known as the Hole in the Wall Gang. The group specialized in breaking into safes and jewelry stores across the city. Their crimes eventually attracted major law enforcement attention. And that attention began shining a light on the larger mob operations in Las Vegas. The FBI moves in. Throughout the late 1970s and early 1980s, federal investigators began targeting organized crime's influence in Las Vegas. Through surveillance, wiretaps, and informants, the FBI slowly uncovered the structure of the Skim operation. Investigators traced the money from the casinos to mob figures in Chicago and Kansas City. This investigation eventually became one of the most significant organized crime prosecutions in American history. Several powerful mob leaders were indicted and convicted for their roles in the Skim. The case exposed how deeply organized crime had infiltrated the Las Vegas casino industry. And it effectively ended the Mafia's direct control over many major casinos. The fall of the Vegas mob. As federal investigations intensified, the Mafia's grip on Las Vegas began to collapse. Casinos increasingly fell under the control of legitimate corporate ownership. mob-controlled executives were removed, and federal prosecutions weakened the criminal networks that had once dominated the city. But the end of the Skim also triggered internal tensions within the mob. Some leaders believed that Tony Spilotro's actions had brought too much attention to Las Vegas. In 1986, Tony Spilotro and his brother Michael were brutally murdered in Indiana. Their deaths marked one of the most infamous mob hits connected to the Vegas era. The Vegas Skim stands as one of the most remarkable organized crime operations in American history. For years, the Mafia quietly siphoned millions from the casinos of Las Vegas, funding criminal empires across the country. But eventually, the combination of federal investigations and internal mob conflicts brought the operation to an end. Today, Las Vegas casinos are owned by massive corporations. The era of mob-controlled gambling has largely disappeared. But the legend of the Vegas Skim remains one of the most fascinating chapters in the history of organized crime. The story of the Vegas Skim shows just how deeply organized crime once penetrated legitimate businesses. A hidden empire operating beneath the lights of the Las Vegas Strip. But as one chapter of organized crime history closed, this has been a Pizzaverse Studios documentary produced by Palermo Productions. If you enjoy deep dives into organized crime history, real investigations, and cinematic crime storytelling, make sure to subscribe and follow the channel. Here we explore the hidden world of the American Mafia, the rise and fall of powerful criminal empires, and the real stories behind some of the most notorious figures in organized crime history. From Chicago to Las Vegas, to the forgotten Mafia families across the Midwest. New documentaries and investigative episodes are released regularly. Thank you for watching. And thank you to everyone who supports the channel and helps keep these stories alive. The history of organized crime is more than just headlines and Hollywood movies. It's a complex story of power, money, corruption, and the long battle between law enforcement and criminal organizations. Until next time, this has been Vincent DiPrio for Pizzaverse Studios and Palermo Productions. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Next time, Cleveland, Ohio. A city not often mentioned in Mafia history. But behind the scenes, the Cleveland crime family controlled powerful rackets across the Midwest for decades. From gambling operations to labor unions, their influence stretched far beyond the city itself. At the center of this empire stood powerful mob figures like John Scalish, a boss known for his quiet leadership and strategic mind. But Cleveland's Mafia story also includes violent power struggles, bombings, and one of the most notorious mob wars in American history. A war that would leave bodies in the streets and attract the attention of federal investigators determined to bring the organization down. Next time, we uncover the hidden history of the Cleveland crime family, the Cleveland Mob, the forgotten Mafia empire, a Pizzaverse Studios documentary, a Palermo Productions original. Coming soon.
When I go into that ground, I won't go quietly. I'm bringing my crown. When I go into that ground, thinking that they're gonna harm me, saying that I'll never get free. Oh, I got troubles, they won't let me be. But I won't get tired, set the town on fire till my troubles got trouble with me. Thinking that they've won, it's only just begun. When I go into that ground, I won't go quietly, I'm bringing my crown. And when I go into that ground, oh, they gotta bury me face down. I've been on the run since I was a boy, but now I'm done running, got another thing coming. Watch my enemies get destroyed. Oh, I got troubles of more than one kind, but I never sleep, gotta bury me 6 feet deep where the sun don't shine. Thinking that they've won,